Hello, hello. Good evening, one and all. Seaweaver, Scobalts, good to see both of you. Hey, Scobalts got to halfway on the Void Orbs. Very nice. Hope everybody is having a good opening to their week. Hey, Glow, good to see you too. I apologize for the slightly delayed start today, but I had a dentist appointment. So, you know, such is life. Yeah, so we're going to do some model work. I have a plan for the next game, because I think I'm going to play Final Fantasy VIII next. But I also want to mod some Final Fantasy VIII so that I can improve the texture quality and stuff. There's some graphics mods. And I simply couldn't bring myself to get that set up before today. I was just too lazy. My teeth are in good shape. Thank you for asking, Sobalts. It was just a regular cleaning. Nothing funky, just, you know, making sure they don't fall out of my head any sooner than they need to, you know? That sort of thing. Generally speaking, we're doing good. Final Fantasy VIII will likely be the next thing I'm going to play. Gonna do a little bit of a trip down memory lane between me and Kappa specifically. So I think I'll have Kappa on call for some time. Simply because that was one of the earliest game. Well, okay. That was one of the early games that like I would play and Kappa would watch, and then Kappa played through it later. But like, it was a very formative game for both of us in our younger years. So it'll be fun to sit down and talk about some of the memories. Yes, 8 is the one with the gun sword guy. Far more interesting for 8, though. Not that Squall is a boring character, but Final Fantasy VIII did something very unique with the way they did limit breaks that they didn't do in any of the other Final Fantasy games, which allows for a very amusing method of playing that game that we always dubbed the bonsai method, because so every other Final Fantasy game builds your like limit break meter based on your actions, getting hit, stuff like that, until you get a somewhat predictable limit break. Final Fantasy VIII, however, has a percentage chance to receive a limit break on any given turn that increases depending on the sort of a direness of your circumstances. So things like some of your party members are dead, you're in yellow health. I think boss fights just give you a small bump as well. So every turn can maybe give you a limit break. So what we do, and what I will be doing, because it's really funny, is you essentially perpetually play the game with your characters in yellow health, which gives them at least a non-zero chance to receive a limit break every single turn. Now, this would be probably have been fine and normal, except they overlooked one thing. So there is a button that allows you to cycle which active character you are commanding at any given point in time. So if you have 3 characters up, you can cycle through to the next one. Maybe you want to give commands in a different order. The thing is one, you can do that even if there is only a single character, so it will just cycle back to itself. And every time you cycle, it recalculates if you got a limit break. So if you are in yellow health, you can just cram through that cycle character button until you get a limit break. So you can use a limit break every single turn as long as you're in yellow health. And that's exactly what I'm going to be doing because it's really, really funny. So I'm looking forward to doing that. That'll be amusing. I just want to get some mods installed so the texture quality's a little better. Hell yeah, limit break each turn. You'll see. You'll all see. So, more as to what's going to be going on today. Hey, Phantom, how's it going? I was talking about Final Fantasy VIII, which is going to be the next game we play, which I was kind of trying to do today, but I couldn't get around to it because I was too lazy to install the mods I want to install before today. So we're just going to do my typical filler content where we work on the model. So on that subject, there's a few different sort of projects that I've been stewing over. 12 was the one with the bunny people. Oh, the Thursday of next week? Yeah. So I did my typical occasional cruising around through other, modest-sized VTubers, either on YouTube or on Twitch, just to find people that I might want to meet. And so I stumbled across another VTuber named Viridian, or Viri, over on Twitch, who seemed cool, also Eldritch themed, although more typical Eldritch themed with tentacles and shit, instead of me, who's some, I don't know, technological abomination. And so I'd been, building some rapport over there, and so next Thursday, we're going to have a sort of getting to know you chatting stream, similar to what I did a while back with Moo, if anybody remembers that stream. It's been a bit ago, but I really like doing those style of streams. Like, I know a lot of people are like, oh, when you go to stream with somebody, you should always try to like hang out with them before you stream and get to know them and blah blah blah. And like, it's not bad advice. That is correct, Phantom. Fresh meat to the table. That's not bad advice. I just like to check, I check vibes early on, get a sense for if they are, a normal person or full of shit. Which, honestly, I have a pretty good sense to quickly vibe check people. And then I like the first, meet and greet conversation to be on stream, because I think that's interesting. There's all kinds of things, everybody's, both of us are getting a chance to, talk about common things you would talk about to, get to know another content creator, but, I think all of that stuff is interesting content. We're a normal adjacent, all right? Look, my band for normal is very broad. You get to be considered normal as long as you're not just, an actively harmful asshole. We're grading on a curve, we'll say, for normalcy. We're grading on a curve. Of course, that's probably not for everybody, but I think it's bizarre how little some streamers, talk about streaming, the actual hobby of streaming. I like talking about that stuff. And so, Seaweaver's the same way. We talk about that stuff sometimes. It's interesting to me. And so I like wrangling in new people and, immediately talking about that sort of stuff. Oh, what got you into streaming? What, how did you start? What led you to pick your, the theme that you've picked? How long have you been doing it? What's some of your, favorite streams that you remember? Those sorts of questions I think are really fun to talk about on stream with a new community. It helps, it helps build audience, build camaraderie, give all kinds of stuff. Yeah, you might be a bit of an ass, Phantom, but you're not an actively harmful ass. That's the difference. A little bit of assholery is okay. As long as you're not out here being bigots, fighting people, going after just minorities and people for who they are and immutable characteristics. It's fine. Yes, Seaweaver. Our first time stream was learning to play Keel Hall. And that is largely because you sort of reached out to me to start doing stuff. So, like, I'm totally fine with people reaching out to me and doing something that they're suggesting or whatever. I'm not gonna, like, impose my will. But, like, if I'm the one reaching out to, like, meet new content creators, like, that's my go-to, is to suggest the opportunity to, like, talk about, just do a casual, chatting about all kinds of the hobby, the streaming, all that stuff. I mean, that's true, Seaweaver, but that's how all this, like, meeting people shit works. Somebody's got to reach out. Well, so it's interesting because a big part of it is, I'm very, like, measured in how frequently or how many people I try to, like, engage with that are new at any given point in time, because I like, if I meet somebody new, I want to have enough time to, like, give the appropriate amount of attention to, like, build a legitimate friendship and, like, sort of solidify a relationship before I go digging around for, like, somebody new to add into my group, like, my collection of friends. Because I just, like, piling on a bunch and just, like, shotgunning messages out, it never seems to work, and you'll, like, fall away from people, and I don't like doing that. So it's like, every once in a while, I just go digging for, like, one person that I'll meet at any given point in time. And so, like, Seaweaver, when you reached out, I don't think I was on my timing of, like, digging around to meet new people. You just reached out, and I was like, yeah, sure. It's all about, like, sort of who's putting the effort in to initiate things. It's complicated out here. Anyway, I digress. That's for next week. Obviously, Thursday we'll be playing more V Rising. Everybody, no one should be surprised by that. It's been, well, maybe. We did the week before last week, but not last week. So we're back at it this week. V Rising will be Thursday, but that doesn't matter. What matters, that I keep being unable to get to. So I've got a few, like, projects that I've been working on the model. I'm making a bunch of new particle systems to go along with a Vnyan system to actually to do, like, a custom audio not even audio responsive, because I'm just doing it myself. A choreographed particle system thingamajig based on the Neon Rainbow song, so that I can make a new custom stream starting screen, because I like that song, and it's a good song for the channel, and I need a good quality new stream starting screen. I'm gonna turn this music down ever so slightly. It's kind of like blasting me in the ears. So that's something I'm working on, but I wasn't sure how much of that I wanted to do today, because it's really fiddly work. It's super fiddly. So I was trying to think of some other stuff. There's another particle system I want to make that I probably won't do on stream either. Oh yeah. I've got all kinds of stuff down there. Down here in the yeah, I don't, that's just all kinds of stuff I've got in those materials. I also want to make a specific particle system that I will probably do later, because I am approaching 400 subscribers, which is excellent. We're ever so slowly creeping up on the 400 subscribers, and I wanted to make a particle system that produced exactly 400 particles, so that I can have a interesting visual representation of 400 subscribers, because I feel like that's a more interesting thing to it's a more interesting way to potentially post that onto like Twitter that might get some degree of attention, because I can, make 400 particles and talk about that. And then I can also keep that particle system updated over time as more people are added to the subscribers. And I can get a massive, subscriber particle system that, however many that ends up with. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll have 1,000. Who can say? But I don't think I'm going to do that either today. Those are all just things that I'm contemplating and working on. Now that you've been updated, what I think I'm going to work on today, specifically, is I think I'm going to work on redoing my hands. So these hands are actually like the same hands that have been on here since the very beginning of this model revision, which would have been model version 5, technically, if depending on how you count. But major model revision 5, I made these hands, and like they've been that way for a very long time, and so I want to sort of update. I have actually, Phantom, I really have thought about nixing one of the fingers to go to 3 fingers. The problem that I have with that is that because I do have the fidelity that my tracking tracks, all of the fingers, I worry that if I got rid of one of the fingers, that there'd be a little less life in the hands, right? Because it would just be like a little less motion, and I don't know if I want to do that. But I can easily get rid of one of the fingers. It's just, I'm not sure what that would do to the way it looks. I don't know. I'm also not entirely sure which fingers track best, so I'd have to figure out which finger to actually get rid of. Because there's also the issue that sometimes it misidentifies fingers. So there's the possibility that I could be like, properly trying to gesture, and my hand tracking like just misidentifies which finger it is, and if it happens to identify the finger that was gone, then it is also like, oh, I don't have any finger up, despite the fact that it knew I had a finger up, it just tried to put it in the wrong place, So I'm not sure. I really do like the idea of having an interesting, reduced number of fingers. And I had done an experiment a while back because of the way, all of the stuff coordinates together. I was really curious if I could have not reduced the number of fingers, but altered the way they move. So, if I could have rotated them to be sort of off kilter rather than being parallel, they'd be a little bit angled. I tried, but it didn't work because of the way it translates the rotation from the tracking onto the model. It corrects it. It corrects any kind of weird rotation I'm trying to do. There are some things that I might have to do both. See, and that's the stuff that I don't do. it's where that would be requiring the stuff from Blender, which I don't do. Which makes my life much more difficult because all of my stuff is done in Unity. So I kind of base what I can accomplish through that. I'm also at a kind of a complicated point where if I'm not sure what it would take for me to pull in something I did modify like that in Blender, because I'm not actually sure where the bones end up, like where the data for the bones and like the weights go, because it might require me to like move everything onto like a new base skeleton, because my whole shtick is complicated. I don't know, but for now I'm going to continue poking about in the way that I know, because I think I have a good idea for a slightly different look to the hands, and that's kind of where we're gonna go for now. So one of the first things that I kind of need to decide and figure out, so you can see here that like this, you can see the location for where the hand's pivot point is actually here, which means that like there's a little bit of weird rotation at the wrist, and I'm not sure if I want to fix that or not. I'm not sure how it would end up looking, because I'm wondering if I should move. Hold on, let me grab all these guys and then turn that off. If I should actually, because like, do I want this to actually move up to where that pivot point is, so it looks and functions a little closer to like a ball joint at the wrist, so it'd be like a wrist ball joint, and then I would move sort of everything else on the hand further that way to sort of make up for that, so I don't have like just scrunkled short hands. I think we're gonna at least start from that plan. Before I go about doing anything, however, what we're gonna do first is we're gonna take the whole hand down here, and we're gonna duplicate that bad boy. We're gonna yank it up here. So this is gonna be both our reference for what it looked like before, as well as a backup if I totally just destroy the hand and I need to fix it somehow. I now have a backup. You know, now that I've made that, I'm kind of curious if the second hand would also move along with the first one. I've never thought about it. We're going to do an experiment. It's going to be an adventure. What happens to the second hand if I just export this? What happens? if I pull this into Vnyan, what happens to the second floaty hand? Will that move when I move my hand, or will it stay static? I'm curious. This is more curiosity than anything else, because I do know that there is a mechanism to produce a matching like second hand that would move similarly. I just don't know if this will also do that, if I just duplicate the hand. So if it does just do that, that opens up some very interesting possibilities, because at that point I could actually duplicate fingers, which would be bonkers. Though I guess I could also use the alternative mechanism that I know of. But still. I just want to try it out. It's experiment time. We're doing stupid shit. This is how I make things happen on the model, honestly. I have a stupid idea. I wonder if it will work. I find out, and then, you know, maybe it sticks around, maybe it doesn't. Ah. What is that? Sagiri? Sagiri Bloodfang? Welcome. Hello and welcome. What brings you to this corner of the internet? I'm experimenting with maybe weird things that don't work here on the model. But it really takes a much longer time to export the model when we are midstream. So much more of my processing power is going to making streaming happen. All right. All right, so what happens with a duplicated hand? That's the question now. Have we loaded? We haven't loaded. Now we've loaded. Oh, good God. Hide that. Nope. We've answered the question. The hand does not follow the other one. Which is a shame. Because that would have been neat. Oh, well. Hold on, now I gotta load the other one again, or else I'm gonna have a weird floating hand, and we can't have that. Kappa, welcome. There we go. Well, yeah, but that's what I mean, Seaweaver. I'm just experimenting with, you know, the bone weights clearly do not live there. Your shoulder is in. What are you talking about? What? Your oh, you mean this the bit? Yes, that is true. It is more visible than it normally is. All right, now we can actually get to work now. Part of the route up here. Oh, is it in the bone applier? No, look at bone applier. 2AI? Well, perhaps. Is it the bone applier? Humanoid description. It might be this. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm not messing about with them at the moment. Well, Sagiri, what interesting things have you learned of humanity today, then? Yeah, well, you can cope and seethe, Seaweaver. That's fine. I do shit my own weird way. It's fine. I'm not trying to mess about with the bones anyway. The second hand was merely an experiment. Because I just need it as a reference at the moment. I'm just keeping it up there so that I don't screw up the rest of the hand. Hopefully. Well, we can always just deal with it down the line. Okay, so this can go. So that's the bulk of it. Okay, let me get rid of these two. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna make myself a couple references here. I need you to be much smaller. Why are you? Oh, yeah. That's exactly where I expected that to be. Okay. So we're gonna move this. I'm gonna use this as my reference for the knuckles, just so that I can see where I'm working right now. Phantom, I do want to get a bit more claw-like on it, which might actually require me to, well, I say might, which is going to require me to crack open Blender at least a little bit, because whoopsies. I might need some new shapes to work with, right? Because I got these. Yeah, so a couple of my goals in this hand remodel is I want to get a more interesting shape in the palm, because the palms have been unchanged for a long time. I would like to smooth the movements in the fingers, because there's a lot of like overhang with some of the points. So I think I'm gonna try to add well, I'm gonna change the shape, and I'm gonna add like intermediary shapes, which will split the difference. I will probably have to do a little bit of Blender, which is going to be especially painful for you, most likely, Seaweaver, as I stumble around fighting. I should get this to the appropriate height. Okay, so these are more up here. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Yeah. Yeah, so smooth the fingies. Well, it won't be the whole model, Seaweaver. That's the thing. I will be making new shapes like these that I fill the space with. That's I never import and export the entire model. I strictly work in shapes, because that keeps me from breaking things. Okay, so this is the actual hinge, which is the correct height. And so if we grab this guy, we can pull him up. Where's just the hand? There it is. Still not close enough. Okay, so this would technically make it work more like a ball joint. But boy, that is not enough space. I'm going to have to move all of the fingers down. Which should be fine. I can move these bad boys like so. Like so. Okay. Okay. Long hand again. Maybe long enough. We'll see. Okay. Now we simply start we simply start work. So first things first, we want a new sphere as the base. So we got our sphere in the middle, and we're going to keep doing something like that. I'd kind of like it to be larger, because the spheres are becoming more of a significant portion of the model. So I have this. I have this specifically crafted fine mesh sphere that I made in Blender, which was relatively easy work. And so the reason this sphere was necessary, because obviously Unity has its own simple sphere that you can use. You know, most of the... No, not that one. Most of these are them. But they're made of a specific number of polys, of tries. And I have this goofy shader here that dissolves them, but it dissolves them based on the tries. And so it can be a little bit chunky. Like, these are big. But using the finer one makes them like a little bit higher resolution chunks. Although I'm kind of second guessing myself if I need that degree of fidelity. You cannot. I did some looking up on it, and it's just a straightforward sphere mesh. It is not like a resolution modifiable mesh. It's just a basic sphere mesh. Because I was looking that up. Unless that information was outdated. But that was the information I found. Which is why I ended up then having to go. Which hand is this? This is the magenta side. Oh, that's not gonna work. Hold on, let me get that one. No, not that one either. It's this one. I'll make a new material for it later. I think I want that to be bigger, but it is also relatively close to the other one already. Okay. Now, this is actually kind of the shape that I am wanting. Let me copy this. I should make this a new parent. Create empty palm group. Put this in the palm group. Okay, and then we paste that as a child. Okay, so let's see, which one is that? Okay, so that's this one. We want this to be 280. No, not 2280. 280. But then I'm gonna need these. Shoot. I'm gonna need to make a new parent for these too. Create empty parent, which isn't really gonna work because that's going to move that there. Let's move this up here. Let's move this here. Okay, move these back in here. Let's see. Front. Shoot, top. I hate naming all of the assets. Okay, so now we're gonna rotate this this way. I don't want it all that way. This is gonna be negative 20, 25. And this goes 280. So this would be 260 is what we want if we're making it equal. Right, that would be 20 because this one's negative. Oh, that's negative 25. So this would be 25. Do I want those to be the same number of chevrons? So I also have this shape, which is 3 chevrons. I think that might look nicer when it's in such close proximity to like a 2 chevron, because then it's like a stacked sort of situation. Let me see here. Let me grab this group, copy that. Not you. Here. Paste as child. We don't need that constraint. You can go away. 3. Point 3 is too small. How do we feel about that? No, I don't think that works as well. The change in angle. Oh, I don't know. Actually, I'm not convinced. Okay. So then we want we'll duplicate this. This will now be back. Bring top, bottom. I think that is correct. And then we take this and we do that. Wait, is that? No, that's not correct. Was that? That's still correct? I guess that is still correct. This other one, front ring bottom, duplicate, back, ring top, is plus 180. But for this, we turn that off, we turn these on. Okay, and then we paste as child. Okay, we're gonna leave those for now in case we actually want them later. We'll let it ride and see how this makes us feel. Maybe it'll get adjusted later. Okay, so that's now at least the palm. Now, this is the ball to the ball joint. What does the transition look like to the ball joint? I'm not sure how that should look. Let's go look at our shapes. What can we work with on our shapes? I think I'm actually going to want to move this down a little bit, considering what some of my other plans are. We'll sneak this guy down. It's just going to kind of be a little bit more... well, you know what? We could move the bottoms down as well to compensate with it. Maybe that'll work. Open up a little space between them. It's a pretty egregious angle, though. I'll have to figure out some way to sort of smooth that transition as well. Oh, I know. What if I use something similar as this? Because I have the two... Okay, hold on. Okay, palm group. Create a new one. This is going to be here. And this is going to be the wrist transition. Okay. Let's throw one of these bad boys in there. It's inevitably far too large. It's still huge. Okay, that's closer. What? Point, sir. 0.5, thank you. 2. No. Yeah, that's the 0.5. Or 1's probably fine. Okay. Okay. Nope, that's too much. Let's say 95. Let's say, excuse me, 100. Let me see here. Okay, there's a quick way to do this. I just have to remember how. How many of these do we want? Okay, so this will be a little bit weird because these are uneven now. This is lower than this one. That's fine, I think. Okay, so we duplicate this. We pull it out of this, and then we rotate this. How many do we want? Do we want 6 or do we want 3? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's gonna be if I want 6. I could do 4 instead, I guess, actually. 4 might be good. 4 would be this. Right? Yes. And we sneak this guy back down here. And we duplicate it again, and we sneak it out. And then we rotate it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sneak it back in. Duplicate. Sneak it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Toss it back in. Set back to 0. Just to straighten her out. And actually, we don't necessarily want it straightened out. We want it... I think we want it offset like that. Let me just pull those all out. And then rotate this back to 0. Toss her back in. Blammo. Okay, well, now the off-kiltered nature of this is a little bit wonky. The reason for it being like that will be obvious in a bit, but maybe I could just pull it up instead. Where are you guys? Let me see here. Doesn't necessarily have to line up perfectly. Okay. I'm digging that. That's an okay transition, I think. Well, if nothing else at the moment, there's a lot more air in there. For sure. Which I don't hate. So especially because one of the things I want to do is home group. Let me create another one. This will be not the palm, but what do you call the top of your hand? It's not the palm. Is there a name for the top of your hand? Like palm is, you know, the old inside, underside, front side, palm side, whatever. What about the other side? Is it? Oh, the back of your hand. That's what it is. Why am I zoomed out so far? Holy shit. Can we get back in there? Thank you. Back of hand. Yeah, that's the one. Sea Weaver. Back of hand. Backhand polys. Yep, you know something like the back of your hand. Well, clearly I don't know anything like the back of my hand because I couldn't even remember it was called the back of your hand. Took me a goddamn second to get there. Now this I want specifically because I had an idea for the way this could pan out, which I liked. You know what, put that back into the middle. Because I had an idea specifically for this. I want another... Here, let me copy this guy again. Where the backhand? There you go. Let me actually call this group. Oh, the dorsal. Nice. That's a cooler name anyway. Damn it, I zoomed out again. Stop doing that. I'm going to rename this the dorsal group. I like that better. It's the dorsal group. Okay, so then we're going to paste as child. Childs. Let me see. Let me get this rotated about to something moderately workable. 0. Oh no, get out of here. 0. Okay. Okay, so we flatten this out even more. As well as this. 0.2, 0.5. 0.4, 0.3, 0.4. And actually make it longer. 2.5. We're gonna sneaky this guy over here. So I kind of got the idea to do a little bit of sort of mimicking the dorsal bones, if you will, of a human hand. It looks like a Covenant CCS battlecruiser. You know. There are worse things to look like. Not so much. Tone it back. Oh, on that subject, you had asked, I think it was you, that asked earlier if I had seen the live Halo show, the live action Halo show. I had not. By the by. I kind of only heard bad things, and they seemed largely accurate bad things, so I can't say that like I was terribly interested in seeing it. Did you? What was your opinion on it? Because I'm largely speaking out of my ass. Oh, plasma claws. I mean, plasma claws are cool. They're not exactly canonically accurate. But yeah, that's not too far off from something that I had sort of been envisioning. You know, Glow, I think that's probably kind of, honestly, as best as that show can sort of hope to get. You didn't watch it? Because, yeah, like, from my understanding, the people who made it just, like, kind of didn't give a shit about, like, Halo as a, like, a franchise or a thing that people, like, actually enjoyed. So they were just, like, doing whatever. Yeah, I did hear that the second season like tried a little bit harder to be at least moderately accurate. Yeah, I think that ultimately the biggest problem they had was that they wanted to tell a different story in the show, which I guess is okay. But their main mistake was trying to tell a different story with Master Chief. Like, you can use the Halo universe to tell a different story, but it probably shouldn't be Master Chief's story. Because, like, that's a... Like, we have that story. We know what story that's supposed to be, and especially we know what character Master Chief is supposed to have. Like, why would you try to just, like, totally rework that? I do not mind spoilers, Glow, because I'm just not gonna watch it. So anybody else that cares about spoilers, look away. Do not behold, do not perceive. But I don't mind. Yeah, I had heard that, Phantom, that it's, like, notoriously the case that they just didn't do that. Is it? I'm trying to compare. Is it? Because, like, the center line of the hand ends up here. It is not aligned. Yeah, I guess that's accurate. Okay. I guess that's pretty much accurate. So I guess we'll sneak this further over that way and then get it there. I did see some screenshots about the way they depicted the flood, which was, like, way less interesting, and, like, I think I can really see why people were, like, frustrated with the show, because I felt like stuff was pretty silly just from the little things that I saw. Because, like, just even on Twitter, like, even without people, you know, like, also ragging on it when they were showing these pictures, but, like, just they're like, oh yeah, this is how they depicted the flood, and I was like, that's so boring. Like, they have such an interesting, iconic enemy that is like, that's pretty unique from, you know, just a typical zombie, and they just, like, they didn't do anything with it. They're just like, it's just zombies. Yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. I think there probably could have been something in that show, even the way they tried to handle it. Oh, sorry, Seaweaver. My apologies. Yeah, it's really unfortunate that they just didn't do a better job. Who made the Halo show? Which was that on? Was that Amazon or was that Max? I don't remember. I don't remember who did it. Paramount. Well, yeah, makes sense. I was trying to think if I knew anything else that like they had tried to work, like any franchises that Paramount had been working with, and I don't think I know any of them. Like I can't think of anything that they like did well. But I don't really watch Paramount Plus though, which is of course a good reason why I haven't seen it. What about you, Lot? Have they knocked anything out of the park, or are they just like batting O for, you know, everything that they've tried to accomplish? Is it a fiasco? No, Amazon did the Fallout show, and the Fallout show was good. I really enjoyed the Fallout show. I think I remember talking to Seaweaver, and he did not care for the Fallout show, but I really liked the Fallout show. I went in with no expectations, and thus came out very pleased. Okay. Now we've got a bit of a hand going. You disagree with the Fallout show now that you've watched it? In what way? You disagree that it was good? Because I already thought you didn't like it much. Or do you disagree with what you had said previously and now you liked it? Or was it somebody else who I was talking to that didn't care for it? I think these are angled too far up. They're kind of like going crazy. That's interesting. I mean, I guess maybe I didn't notice the flaws, or I just wasn't concerned about them. I really did not have a bad time with Fallout. I enjoyed it. Okay, I gotta fill some of this space down here. The palm is very, very open. You disagree that it was good. I mean, that's fair. I think most people disagree with you. So, I played Fallout 3, and that was fine. You got lucid nightmares about... Yeah, that's not great. Right after you... That's certainly not a positive. I played 3, and honestly what drove me off from playing too many more is that I tried to play 4... And it hit me with so many of the Bethesda bullshit that they just, like, struggle to build a quality application that I just couldn't handle it, and I just quit. I should play New Vegas, however, because I know everybody loves New Vegas and considers it, like, kind of the best. I hadn't played New Vegas because for a very long time, until just recently, honestly, I had assumed that it was like a straight-up expansion for Fallout 3, not like a standalone game, built on Fallout 3, I think, but still a standalone game. So I had kind of written it off because I didn't care enough about Fallout 3 to go, like, get a DLC and play it. As a standalone game, I might be more encouraged to give that a shot, because I know people really like Fallout New Vegas. Okay, back to the palm. I gotta do something about this. Marty Robbins with a big iron? I don't know what that means. It's a song? All right. I will look it up. It's too damn big. Well, Seaweaver knows what's going on, I guess. At least somebody does. Hey, Priestess. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? How are you today? Okay, so that's not quite big enough. That's too big. I've gone too far. You know, I'm glad all of you still choose to show up and hang out when I'm not playing a game, because this shit, to me, feels like it would be insanely tedious to watch, because I'm just, like, screwing around with polygons over here. What are you yelling at me for, Seaweaver? Oh, well, I mean, I guess you could talk about what you got at your convention. I was kind of saving it for Thursday to ask you about how the convention went, but I guess that's fine. You can go into what you got at the convention. How did the convention go? I'm just chilling out here talking anyways. We might as well get into it. You don't have to. It's up to you. You'll save it? Super. Good. We can talk about that come Thursday. Yeah, I was like, I've seemed like a perfect opportunity to talk about it. Nope, not that one. Is this the length? It is the length. Ah, shoot, it's clipping over here. Shit. Oh, you picked up drawing again. Nice. I can't draw. And I don't mean that in the sense of inherently I am incapable of drawing. I mean, I have never put in the effort to learn to draw. Instead, I have put my effort into other forms of art, like crazy-ass 3D model shit. clearly. How do I want to cram this in here? Hey, carving's cool. I've seen some wicked-ass carvings. That's an interesting, I imagine, cathartic style of art. Get in there, like, actually cut shit down. Woodworking in general is a very useful set of skills. Make yourself chairs and stuff. I don't know if you do full-on woodworking, but I stand by the statement regardless. Fitting this in here is kind of difficult. Yeah. I knew it! All of you carvers are the same. You can't help yourself. Gotta do the woodworking. I think woodworking's cool. It's one of those things that every once in a while I'm like, gee, it sure would be convenient if I could just, like, do a woodworking thing. Woodworking takes a lot of tools to be efficient at. And I don't have those tools. So me trying to do it just kind of makes me frustrated because I know I could be doing it, like, faster if I had the right stuff. I don't... Okay, hold on. What if we do something a little bit different here? What if we rotate... What if we rotate these back? Front, ring, bottom. If we rotate these... They're not... Nope, not that one. Back, ring, bottom. There we go. What if we do that? That kind of opens it up a little bit around the front. That might work. What do you mean you work with fire, Phantom? In what capacity do you work with fire? Do you, like, scorch wood? Or, I mean, burn things? Like, I mean, in a sort of obvious way, but it's a silly question to ask in what way? Glassworking is cool. I always enjoy... So, we have a Renaissance fair that happens annually in our area. And the last time we went, they had a glass blowing demonstration, which was very cool. Making all kinds of glass stuff. Okay, this sort of works. So can I get 4 or can I only do 3? I think I can only do 3. Which kind of leads me to want to instead do this in a more organized capacity. Why you angled like that, bro? Why you all turned out of whack? There you go. Gotta keep the burn pits going. Hey, you know, We just burned a bunch of yard waste the other day. We've been working on, we have a very stupid space that's largely just filled with rocks. And it's kind of a pain that we are trying to pull the rocks up and turn it back into grass. Well, fortunately, it wasn't too much grass. It was more pine tree cuttings. Our pine tree in our front yard has been attacking me for quite some time. Whenever I try to mow the lawn, it's just like bobbing and weaving, trying to keep my head from getting domed. And so I finally got out and like cut it down, and it had been sitting around drying for a while, and so I tossed that in. There was definitely some grass and shit that went in there with it, but it was mostly the pine, so that was a-okay. So, now I'm kind of wondering. You know what? We'll keep going, because I was thinking right now, like the fingers are sort of like a normal hand in like a little variance, though the way it's sort of the center line is a little off center, and I was like, I could sort of coordinate it a little bit more to be more consistent, which would be kind of interesting because it would make the hand look a little bit weird. But I also don't want it to be too weird so that it doesn't like look like a normal hand, because we have to keep the illusion of human-ish appearance, or people's eyes will be less interested in looking. You gotta keep it looking like a, you know, relatable object. What's this song? I don't recognize this song. I think I added this one more recently than some of the other ones. I'm okay with that. Okay, so then... Yeah. 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 Let's go with 20. 20. We'll move this over here. And then we duplicate it. And we say this. We say this. I said duplicate it, you dumbass. Fine. I'll just do exactly the inverse of the thing I just did. Boy, this would be pretty perfectly fitting if I only had 3 fingers, wouldn't it? Well then. Alright, now for these little placeholder sphere guys. What do I want to do about these? Do I want them to be spheres? I don't think I want them to be spheres. Make the 3 fingers as a redeem? That actually would not be terribly complicated to do, interestingly enough. That is definitely something I could do. Because there is there is a, you know, a node within Vnyan that just allows to toggle the visibility of objects. So I could literally just hide, you know, all of the objects associated with one of the fingers. And like we could definitely hide a finger for a redeem. Okay. All right, I'm happy with this wrist transition. I like this ring. I think I like these. Should I keep these? Oh. No. We didn't yet. I remember you'd ask that, and I wrote it down, but I hadn't gotten back to getting it yet. Let me... Hold on, you know? We're just chatting, doing things. Let's take a crack at finding that right now, shall we? See, Dark Souls Death screen. Is there just the video of it? Let's see here. I don't think that's the real one. It is the sound. I don't think that's the actual text, though. Death screen. Download. Dark Souls You Died green screen. Okay. Okay, download that. Now, going back, this is the correct sound, however. We're making redeems on the fly here. Let me just paste that into my 4K downloader. Just extract the audio. Give me an MP3. Okay, so that's that. Downloads. Okay, so where's this gonna live? Where do I... streaming assets. Mix it up. Settings. Sound effects. Right. Okay. Let's rename this to just redeems. Redeems. New folder. Sound effects. Everything goes in there. We're rearranging. Oh, shit. I don't know if I can do that, actually. Because that might break all of my current sound effects, and I sure as shit do not want to have to remake those. Alright, we're just going to make a new folder for redeem. Sound effects will just have to live over there. Okay, new Dark Souls Death. Paste that. And then we need, where did my 4K downloader end up putting that? Videos, 4K video downloader. You died. Give me that. Paste. Alright, I don't know if you can hear that. How long is this? 7 seconds. Okay. Alright, we have our 2 files here. Oh no, I've minimized everything. What an enormous mistake. I was simply gesturing, you assholes. Bring it back. Bring it back. Not that one. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring it back. I needed all of that shit. Okay. Mix it up. To the commands. See, now you can all actually watch. So this might be a new group. It's done via green screen. That should be fine. Okay, new command. Dark Souls Death. Death. Souls. Yes. That seems like he died. That seems like another potential one. Videos. Nope. I need it. Can I not? How do I need a new one. New folder. Video redeems. There we go. Currency, add cost to 50 of quantum packets. Cooldown is 60 seconds. That's fine. Delete chat when run. Action is... let's see here. Sound plus... action play sound, and then we need our mix it up. Redeems, Dark Souls Death. You died. Open up. Output to aux. Probably turn it down. We'll see how that goes. And additionally, we wish to not play a sound. Oh, wait. No, delete that. We want a video. I can play a video, can't I? Voice mod, Twitch, VTube Studio, wait, WebQuest, YouTube. Okay. I don't think we can directly play a video. So instead, we'll have to add it as a OBS. Where's my OBS? Oh, wait. Overlay. Action. Video. You died. No volume, doesn't matter. Percentage. This would be... width is 2560. 1440. At the center. Right. Overlay action duration must be a valid value. 10. Test. Hey. Hold on. I think that was actually only 7 seconds. Hey. I don't know why you don't quite actually fully cover the screen there. Overlay. I think I fixed it. Okay, so now we need to go in and give this a filter. All we gotta do is add a good old chroma key. Green. How about default? How's that gonna do for us, eh? Oof. Hold on, let's tone down that. That's pretty gnarly. Oh, we got a little bit of green sneaking in there still. Key color spill reduction. changing too many variables at a time. Okay, we definitely still have a little bit of green in there. So can I get that with the spill reduction? Huh. Aha. What if I... Hold on. What if I color correct it first? If I increase the saturation, perhaps? Okay. And then we crank this just a little bit more. That's pretty good. What does the smoothness do? If I max smoothness? Okay, that's a little bit better. I could tone that smoothness. Split the difference a little bit. Okay, now I need... I need this to be darker. How do I get that to happen? Nope, that didn't do it. Not even a little bit. Add... Okay, so if I recolor correct... and I give it reduced opacity. What about that? Nope. How do I get that overlay to darken? Oh, yeah, and is color key better than chroma key? I don't know. Let's see. How does that perform? Oh, lordy. Whoa. Whoa. Good lord. It's alarming. Actually, that kind of felt like it worked a little better. Okay, so we got our color key. How can I, like... How do I add... another thing on top? That's what I want to know. What if... Oh no, that won't work. Damn. Surely there's a way to filter this on here, isn't there? Although, actually, I guess it wouldn't work that way. You know, that might be the best we can hope for. Nope. I want this a little bit increased contrast here. All right, that's pretty good. You know what? That's certainly good enough for the time being. There you go. Dark Souls Redeem has been added. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Now, as I was doing before I got distracted, what was I actively trying to accomplish here? Ah, yes. What to do with our spheres here. Oh, man. Am I going to have to open Blender? I think I'm going to have to open Blender. Damn it. I think it's time for Blender. I'm so bad at Blender. Oh, man. Why can't I just make everything out of particle systems? I'm better at particle systems. Let's take a look at either of these hands. How do we like the comparison? I mean, you know, I think I'm liking it. It's certainly a change. I might have to bring these two back at the base of the thumb. I'm not sure what necessarily to put in that space. We'll figure out some fine-tuning later. All right. Damn it. Oh, good. Updating Steam. What wonderful timing. I just need Blender, bro. Blender. Go away. Okay, Blender. You and I, we're gonna have words. Don't fight me, Blender. Okay, let's see here. Blender models. Okay, so this is... Should I start from scratch or should I start from this basis? I think it's probably going to be easier to start from scratch. Okay. New general. Oh boy. Okay. What do I even want this to look like? Oh lord. Oh lord. Maybe it is going to be best if I just do this off stream, because I am not interesting to watch in Blender. It is a fight for my life at all times. Be fumbling around uselessly. I don't even know what I want it to look like right now. Okay, you know what? I'll leave Blender for later. There is an experiment that I wanted to do, however. You know what? I'm going to bring back... Oh, I can't bring those back. Those were all part of the same thing. Okay. Where are my dodecahedrons? I guess I will... just toss one of these guys in here. Where is this? There we go. And okay, but then I've got the spheres. Where were those little spheres? Actually, hello. Where you live right now? Oh, it's up here. I see. I guess this would actually technically be part of the dorsal group. Okay, so let me copy component. This is probably not going to work now that it's not part of the same group. Base component values. Yeah, it's not. I don't even know where you. I don't even. You are up here and microscopic. Okay. Okay. Okay, so let's toss you as part of the hand again. Up here, and then paste component values. They're not the right size at all, though. 5 seems to be correct. Yeah, that's correct enough. Let's see here. Duplicate you. Can I just copy position value? Yeah, there we go. Copy position. Paste position values. Hey, paste position. Excellent. That's working as I intended. Copy position, duplicate. Paste position. And copy position. Duplicate, paste position, and excellent. All right, we've got the dodecahedrons back, which I still kind of like, so I think I might keep them. Now, here's the weird thing that I want to experiment with. So this is what? That's the Z position. So if I add a parent constraint, and now to this parent constraint, I add this. This is added to the parent constraint. But to that, we want only the Z position. And to this, we make it a weight of say 0.2. For this, then we copy the component. We add component as new. Into this. Bring that. This. We paste component as new. To this, we add this. And this, we paste component as new. And to that, we bring this. And now we activate these. We're gonna do another experiment. This hand up here, let's hide the backup hand. We don't need that. That's just gonna be weird. Okay. I don't quite know if that's going to work globally or locally. Air constraint, is that going to be global? It might be global, and that's really going to be unfortunate if it is. Let's see how it works. Export. Will there be a way around it? Maybe. Maybe? Oh. No, I am seeing one of the incorrect things that I'm thinking of. So this will probably work. But it's not going to do what I expect it to do. Or I was hoping it would do. I would need other things to accomplish that. Right. Right. That would be breaking the parent-child relationship between my various bitlets and such. It would be recursive, and I don't think that's gonna fly. Damn. I always want recursive things to happen, and it never really works. It doesn't work like that. I always hope. It never does. It's gonna do that, but it's not gonna take... It's not a bad idea still, though. We can kind of give the illusion, potentially. We could give the illusion. So I'm trying to see if there's a way to give a little bit more movement when, like, fingers are splayed. Sort of inherit the movement further down the hand. That's the intention. That is what I'm contemplating at the moment. Done in my janky ass way that doesn't involve using Blender. Because that's, you know, the thing I'm good at. It's a crying shame. Because I see people like Luma posting like sneak peeks and stuff with just actually being good at Blender, and I'm like, God damn it. I don't want to put the effort into another goddamn application. I don't want to do that. Ugh. It looks so good when she does it. Damn it. Why's it gotta be that way? Alright, let's load the old test. See if it does the thing that I expected. Open. Open sesame. Ta-da. I have to hide the pride bits again. Alright, how are we doing here? How are we doing here? I'm very far away. Can I have a... What do I have to get closer? That's not immediately closer. Hold on. Is it doing the thing that I wanted it to? It's not, because it is global. It's global, it's not local. That's highly regrettable. That's a damn shame. I know, Phantom, but it takes effort. All right. Okay, well, that is definitely doing exactly the thing that I anticipated. You know, functioning as a ball joint. I guess the main question is, do I actually like it functioning as a ball joint now that I have it here? I'm less confident that I like it functioning as a ball joint. I mean, the hand looks pretty good, though, all things considered, where it's landed so far. Yeah, I feel like it's stood a little too far off of the ball joint. I don't think that's quite right. I think we can pull that back in a little bit. Okay, so this guy. Well, yeah, that's I should get my ass out of the way. That's always one of the last things I do. Is I don't worry about getting the materials in place until the end, just because with the overall model, you'll notice that like there's a sequence to the way things light up, right? Like it has a movement across parts. And so until I have finalized the position of all of the parts, I don't go adding materials, because I'll inevitably have to go back and like re-finagle them if I end up adding different parts or moving them around, because they'll suddenly be out of order. And so like I just keep adding the materials back if I do that. And so I always wait for much later in the process to get that done. No, stop. Close that shit. Alright, so all of these need to go this way. Including this wrist guy here. So this needs to go a little bit further back. Okay, I think that's a little better. Although these guys, okay, go back a little bit this way. And then the whole palm grip can go this. Oh wait, no. Transit Let's transition, sneak back this way. So many little finagly bits. Where are the rest of you guys? Why are you all separated out? Let me... give a new... create empty. It's gonna be the knuckles. Whacha. All you guys can go right on in there. I gotta do something about this thumb as well. I mean, I am generally pleased with the direction this has been going. So that's good. I have to do Blender shit. And I don't like doing Blender shit. Especially not on stream, because it takes me forever. It's clumsy as hell. Go, wait. Insect is bothering me. Where is my reference hand, actually? How are we looking in comparison to the reference hand? Okay. We're in the ballpark of location, at least. Kind of corrected a little bit. It is still a little bit of a longer hand, which I think is okay. I might have to parent constraint the wrist transition to smooth the movement there, but we can do. Oh, hey, this hand's still here. I forgot I had this hand. Goofy ass, weird hand. Don't worry about it. Don't mind that. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and change goals a little bit. I got a bunch of fiddly stuff and some fighting with Blender I have to do for the damn hand. So I'm not gonna keep fighting with the hand for the moment, because that's less interesting. What I will instead do is poke about at a 400 subscriber particle system, which I now realize that I really have to hope that I don't get to 400 subscribers too soon, because I'm now both going to have to finish the hand and the particle system in order to get a proper new video. So I've really shot myself in the ass here. Oops. Oops. I guess that's really all I have to say about that. Whoops. Okay, so we're gonna have to slap a new group in here. Create empty. This will be the subscriber particle system. Particle systems are more fun anyway. I'm also better at them. Make one of the hands a cannon. Oh, that's... That's actually an interesting thought. Would require me to make an animation, which I don't love doing, but I can do. I would need an animation and a blend shape and stuff to do the transition. But I could actually convert one of the hands to a not hand for like a redeem or something. I could have a toggleable hand. Like a freaking Samus cannon on one of the arms. I could do that. That's an interesting thought. It's not exactly what I was expecting for the 400 subs. I have a different plan for that. But, broadly, the idea of converting a hand to a cannon, especially if it shoots particles, I could shoot it at the camera, which would be funny. Because I could shoot it at chat. And that's funny. So I certainly don't hate that idea. I will revisit that soon enough. Okay, where do I want to put this exactly? Okay, so I'm going to need a generator to produce the 400 system, the 400 particles, sub count generator, and then I'm also going to need a force field sub particle gatherer. Okay, so we'll put that. So the challenge with those, so stuff like that is a little bit difficult because I don't have a super effective way to pull in like automatic text or anything like that. My plan is to have like a cloud of particles that I will have a a particle generator that will generate the number of subscribers I have at the time that I create it. So like the landmarks, right? Like the milestones, that's the term. So like 400, I will have a particle system that will produce exactly 400 or maintain 400. And then I will have like a cloud of them so that there's a visual representation of like, this is what 400 looks like. That's my current plan. And so then I can just update the generator over time to be like, well, now it generates 500. Now it generates 600. Now it generates 1,000. Until that becomes infeasible, at which point I have some ideas to make different textures that make it look like there's more, but maybe there's not as many, to go over like a couple thousand, because it does get harder to actually operate when you have too many particles. All right, so let's open the editor here. I do want a cone here, but I think I want the cone to point this way. I also need these to be much, much smaller in size. Start speed 1. Okay. You know what? I will also, I think, attach this to a wiggly bone so that it's not so locked to the hand, because it looks unnatural when it's like perfectly locked and the motion is very like rigid. I'll get it to go. I'll attach to a bone so that it kind of wiggles and follows a little bit more. Well, I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Priestess. I hope that you can go and get some rest, get some energy back, and feel a bit better. And I will talk to you Thursday. It is a wiggly bone. I literally, you know, it's funny you say that as though it's ridiculous, but if you go into my meshes, I literally have. Hold on, I don't know if you can see it. This guy is in fact called Wiggly Bone. That's the thing that I made, was Wiggly Bone. I needed a wiggly bone sometimes to make stuff wiggle, so it's the Wiggly Bone. It gets the job done. I literally called it the Wiggly Bone. Let me grab a more appropriate particle. Yeah, okay. Beep, 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 beep. I guess this one might not actually need a renderer. Because if I think I know what I would like to do. I just need to give it something so that it looks a little bit more appropriate size rather than the default particle, which is really hazy and kind of annoying. I scrolled past what I would have actually wanted to use. It's glows? Is it glow? Yeah, it's glow. Here, just give me a solid blip. Thank you. Solid blip. Okay, so then this one we want external forces. Yeah, that'll do it. Let's list plus the old subparticle gatherer. Blammo. It's that easy. Although I'm gonna need you to like relax. You got a lot going right now. Strength is 0.3. Rotation is... What does randomness means exactly? Propel particles around random axes of the spheres. And then speed 0.1, attraction 0.5. Let's see what that gets us. I just realized what I can make, like, that I can make essentially a bouncing inner sphere. I have been trying to figure out how to make that happen for freaking ever, and I can't believe I just accidentally stumbled upon how to do that with a freaking gravity field. Unfreaking believable. I can't believe... Okay. Okay. That's fine. I guess this is the perfect opportunity to use that. Sure. So we just need... Oh, also, give me a longer lifetime. time 10. Yep, that just makes a bouncy ball. I accidentally did this. I freaking was trying to figure out how to do something like that quite some time ago, and I was clearly doing it in a way more complicated fashion than was absolutely necessary. How well does it behave in motion? Out of curiosity. I was trying to do that way harder than it needed to be. I was trying to make a freaking enable collision and then set it up so that it would... Yeah, it's kind of the sub basketball, honestly. I can hypothetically pull it out of... I could make the outside just a little bit bigger. That's pretty fun, though. I mean, that's pretty fun. I can just bounce them around inside there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm pretty happy about that. That's amusing. Boink, boink, boink. Oh, that's a neat trick. That's a neat trick. That's funny. I can't believe that was so easy, and I never realized that I could just do it that way. I'm so... I can't even... I'm speechless. I'm without words. Why didn't I think to try that? Okay, so we want thicker walls, but we still want the space inside to be about the same. What is the hard part of being a creative that you're struggling with over there, Seaweaver? I feel like there's a lot of hard parts to being a creative. Restart, and then it goes bouncing around. Okay. Now, what we need to do is to give it a little bit of variation. So we need a random between two constants. So we need 2.25, 0.35. Oops, not curve. Random between two constants. So this is going to be... Can tarot cards printed from a printer? Oh, yeah. The business shit. Yeah, that's rough. That's true. Random between two constants. 0.2. 0.7. Okay, is this actually the right generator at this point, actually? I don't think it is. I don't think we need it to be positioned there. I think we can move it. Let's call this a sphere instead, and we're gonna give it the same position as that one. So we're gonna put that bad boy in the middle. We are also going to Okay, now let's get the emissions set up correctly. What does 400 actually look like? Because we're only at 100 right now. Rate over time, we're going to make that 0. We're going to pump these out at intervals, maybe 50 at a time. And we're going to do, that'd be 4 cycles. And so then we're going to make the duration 60. We're going to make the lifetime 60. So it's going to generate them at the beginning of every minute. Restart. What? Excuse me? Oh, right. That's not enough. It needs to be 8. 8 times 50 is 400. That is quite a few little spheroids right there. You know, this is the entire point that I was trying to accomplish, is to be like, you know, 400 subscribers might not seem like very many, but if you put all of those in a freaking ball, sure does look like a lot. That is exactly the point that I was trying to do, and, well, I'll be damned if 400 really does look like quite a few. Oh, thank you. Oh, hold on. Are you are simulating locally. You need to simulate world. There you go. There you go. That's what we want. And then because if we yank these guys around. Oh boy. I don't lose most of them. I'd have to move pretty quick to lose them. It's doing a pretty good job. This amuses me greatly, quite frankly. I do think I could maybe slow down their movement just a little bit, because right now they're hitting pretty hard. Let's put this down to 0.15 to 2.5. How about that? Hell yeah, it gets expensive. It's yes. Doing stuff at scale is a costly endeavor. Doing things not at scale is a costly endeavor. I feel that way quite a bit with like streaming, because every once in a while I'm like, oh, you know, it's pretty inexpensive to pay, you know, an editor or a thumbnail artist or something for like a thumbnail or a edit. But then you start thinking about it scale and it's like, yeah, but if I want to be consistent with a thumbnail artist, that's like 3 times a week. So that's like, you know, even if it's a low end of like $10 an edit, it's like, okay, that's $30 a week, which is like $120 a month. It's like, oh, well, you know, that's not that cheap anymore. And it's like an editor, if I wanted to release like 2 shorts a week for like $15-20 per short edited, and now we're just talking like, oh, well, there's another freaking $20-40 a week. It's like, god damn it. That's like, shit's expensive. Okay, so then another thing that we want to do here is we would want their size to be random between 2 constants. 0.02 to 0.0. Actually, maybe we go 0.15 to 0.03. Generally make them a little smaller. 0.2, 0.3, 1. I don't think that matters too much. Their initial speed is irrelevant because they're getting affected by external forces pretty harshly. Hey, why are you moving so slow? What's going on down there? Some of them end up really slow, which I guess that's fine. Just want them to be little goofy little goobers. You know, I'm never really sure how accurate the view counts in YouTube are. But allegedly, there's been a surprising number of views on this stream. I don't exactly know why. I'm just sitting here fighting with Unity. You'd think people would be way more inclined to show up when I'm doing something interesting like playing Elden Ring, but here we are. Me fighting with Unity to do what I want. And that's apparently when folks decide to show up. Okay. I want a sub-emitter to this 3D object. Nope, not a particle system. Is what I want to do. I did this previously. Not a rate over time. A rate over distance. This is going to be a sub 0 lifetime 0.25. Sub emitter at birth. Smoke sub emitter. I don't know about that, Glow. I wouldn't go that far. Oh, I missed. That's not true. That's overly self-deprecating. I think I am relatively interesting. But not all the time. Sometimes I do things that are somewhat... Oh my god, it's blinding! Hold on. Hold on. Jesus Christ. Color. Oh no. Oh no. I need to stop the system before I start messing any more about with it. It's a mess. Oh, it's a mess. Stop the system. Cut it all. Shut it all down. Good God. Whew. That was wild. Okay, so this, we also want a texture sheet animation for this. And for the material, I just set one of these up a bit ago. I have really been extremely fortunate in all of the various... it's an interesting looking smoke thing. All of the particle systems, or particle packs that I picked up through Unity that really makes my life easier in all of the free, like, not free, because some of them I paid for, all of the textures and, like, animation sheets and shit that I got out of those. Really, really helpful, because I am not good at drawing textures and things, so having some is really helpful for me. I don't know if this is actually going to work. I realize. Is that going to work? No, it's not. No, it is not. Okay, and that is because I need to go to this. Yes, I need you to be from grayscale. Apply. Perfect. Now it will probably work. Transparent, multiply, no, not transparent, additive, multiply. There we go. That's what we want. Two-sided, fantastic. That's what we want. Not so much on the hands, still working on the particle system. I'm getting some of the details down for the little particle bitlets. I am adding a smoke sub emitter for this. And this is going to be... How many tiles are on this bad boy? 4x4? 4x4. Okay, what does this actually look like? Oh, good God. Oh, it's too much. Oh, it's too much. These little goofy goobers. No, this is not the right texture sheet. It is not going to do the thing that I want. There's a better one that I'd used previously. It's in here somewhere. It's a giant mess. I guess I could go track down what it actually is. Yeah, so when I made my most recent new environment particle system, which is this one, I can just turn on. See how they have like the smoke trails? I was gonna reuse that premise, which is this one, whatever that one is. Matte VX Alt. It's down here. Okay, it's that one. That one. Okay, I can turn this off now. We're gonna see if it works, because honestly, it might not. How many is this? Is this 8x8? That's an 8x8. 8x8. Rate over lifetime 50. Then size 0.2. No, that's too much. 0.8. It's a little bit too blinding, isn't it? Honestly, the whole trailing smoke might not be necessary, considering, you know, there's a lot of the balls. Okay, rather than this, let's cut the texture sheet animation. Stop. Let's use the same glow, actually. Let's use a trail that's a little more tame. It's glow 2, right? Yeah, glow 2. No texture sheet. We do still want rate over distance. Has to be higher. 300. We're gonna need way more of these. And then we need size over lifetime. And we need this to be the opposite direction. Rate Rate over lifetime, 500. We're trying to get this to look... just be too much. They're 400, even just 400 might just be too much to go crazy with adding too much extra along with the particles. Because quite frankly, we are ending up with a very large number of particles already. And we are asking them to do physics as well. All right, let's first and foremost, let's get our colors going on here. Colors, random, restart. Yay, now they have color. Look at them go. They're so colorful. Yeah, I mean, that's generating 7,000 to 8,000 particles at any given point in time. That's a pretty freaking large number of particles. I mean, it's doing it. But, you know... I don't know how well it's going to do it when it's on stream. Although, I guess it doesn't really need to be on stream. I'm just thinking about getting a video of it. Look at all the freaking cloud of them. Jesus. There's so many. We can just yank this around. Woo! That is amusing. We lose occasionally. Well, you know, we actually do a pretty good job of holding them together. I could make the field even bigger to sort of more likely guarantee they're not going to get lost. Oh yeah, if they get to moving too fast at all, actually they just like they lose some of their trail because it's just too many goddamn particles. Yeah, I think we'll have to ditch the trail. Which is a shame. I like the trails. I always like the trails. Boop, 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 boop. Okay, so let's make this bad boy just like really freaking big, shall we? Hey, just look at them bouncing around. God, it's so many. It's so many. How is 400 already this many? What am I supposed to do with this? Well, fortunately, I'm not there yet. Right? Not there yet? Correct. What's your question, Seaweaver? I mean, this is working. did a Kickstarter for a set of D&D or tarot cards, yeah, I'd probably support it. Largely out of friendship. I have never supported a Kickstarter before. I was going to say rarely. I've never supported a Kickstarter. But I don't necessarily have a strong principle against Kickstarters. I just, I guess I have a lot of times similar feelings towards Kickstarters as like early access games, so it's not my typical go-to, but I do love a good deck of many things, which is technically tarot cards, is what you're supposed to use for those. Rare. Okay, is there some character we can add to this bad boy? We could potentially give it a trail. I don't know if that's going to perform any better. It might perform better. Oh, Lord. Ratio. No, not ratio. Lifetime. Where's the lifetime? It's got to go way down. 0.003? 1. I don't know how I feel about that either. I don't think I care for that. I don't think I do. I don't like that. No. No, I do not. Is there a more interesting... Okay. New idea. What if we spice it up by adding a little bit of variance? What if we duplicate? So make this 3. Okay, and so here also we can make these sub. We can make those sub. Okay, so this is 2. This is 2. This is 2. It's 4. That's 2. Whee! That's not all of them. How many subparticles do I have? Are those all the particles? I think that's 400. See, but now we can spice things up here with some variant renderers. Like this little guy. And this little guy. What else we got? That guy. Now we have a little bit of variance going. Oh, hold on, before I go about mucking about with sizes, let's stop it all before it turns into a huge mess. Okay. Cool, that's good. And then number 2 is... I can't even see them. They're like the cross ones, right? Where are they? Where... What? These are so tiny. Oh no, there they are. Okay. No, we can take that down to 2.25 and 5. Okay, so both of these though, they need start rotation. Need a little bit of start rotation and a little rotation over lifetime. Start rotation, random between 2 constants, 0 and 180, and then flip 0.5. Random between 2 constants, flip 0.5, 0 to 180. Damn, 5K for 500. I mean, that's not like a crazy cost. That's $10 per deck. But that is a significant investment to get in there to make it happen. That is absolutely true. Let's see here. I guess I don't need this to be perfect. I was just thinking that I should add a color over lifetime to fade it out at the end. This one. Let's set this as new. Right. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised for you to have like a decent bit of profit. And honestly, I think 25 per deck is like a pretty reasonable cost for someone to buy them. But like $10 per deck to produce isn't so bad. But like it's that whole at scale thing, because 5K is quite a bit to jump into. I mean, I think it's cool. Like, I think it sounds like a cool idea. I have no idea what, like, a market for that sort of thing exists. I simply do not know. Presumably it is somewhat there. Someone will buy them. And then these two, I need rotation over lifetime. Boop, boop. Random between 2 constants. Random between 2 constants. Negative 360. No, that's angular velocity. What? What exactly Actually, let me see. 45 to 90? Maybe that would be better. Because if they flip, I think they flip the over lifetime as well. Right? Yes, they definitely do. They fade out. They pop the new sets out. Okay, okay. 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 VTM? What is that? What is that shorthand for? VTM. Oh, the Vampire the Masquerade. That's the one. That's the one. I'm on it. I got it. You don't need to angrily type. I cut you off. I think that's pretty cool. I think those are good ideas. I love props and shit in which one of these is not rendering world? Why are you like this? Oh, did I do that while it was running and so I didn't actually hold? Yeah. Simulation space needs to be world on all these. There we go. Because moving this shouldn't do anything. Yeah. Perfect. All right, my little subscriber cloud is coming together relatively straightforwardly. It is still kind of hard to see because it's pretty dense. Yes. The other plan that I had, I still need to stick this on a wiggly guy. Into the meshes, I need to pull in a wiggly bone into the hand. Boop. It's always freaking enormous. Okay, now let's see. Let's move this to here. This can go in here as well. Okay, so both of these. This can go on, yeah. Yes, that's fine. For this, we're going to need a parent constraint for this as well. And to that, we're going to attach bone 3, bone 2. Let's say bone 3. Plus, it's going to be bone 3 there. Oh, I also need to unprefab this, unpack. Cylinder's got to go. Also, I think an SCP tabletop guidebook is also a good idea. I've not been that into SCP, but the concept is cool. And I feel like a tabletop of it. I don't know if it exists anywhere at all, but I think that seems like a cool idea. Okay. So this weight can be maybe This is the hard part. Well, before that, I gotta go actually set up the wiggly bone to wiggle. It's kind of a pain, actually. Add component. No. VRM spring bone. This comment is for the subscriber particle bone. The root bone is the... Okay, hold on. The center, first and foremost, the center is root. And then the root bone is here. Okay. And now maybe that works. Maybe. Take a look. Also, I don't know why the leg thruster skirt things always are like all confused as to where they're supposed to be every time the model gets loaded for the first time. It's a thing that's always the case. I don't know what to do about that. I don't know what the deal is. And yeah. Oh, I can't tell. I can't tell how well it's working. I know that it is in fact wiggling. You know, I shouldn't have deleted the cylinder. That's my bad. That's my own damn fault. Ooh. Oh! Enable the static flag for... No, cancel. Not static. I wanna lock this here. So if I have that there, does it? No, it doesn't. All right, you know what? Maybe this is just going to be easier if I go ahead and export this bad boy and find out how it works in Vnyan. We're just going to kick this out here. Funky particle system and everything. Experimentation time. And now we just let Unity think really, really hard for a little bit. trying to freaking build that asset bundle. Trying real hard. You see now, well, first I have to finish the hand. Now I actually have to hit the 400 subscribers so I can get the video, post the video, and be like, oh, look. Look, Twitter, you wish to follow me. Ooh. You know, hypnotize them with the sparkling lights. That's the goal. We won't know what hit them. It's all about the marketing. Maybe I can turn it into a short, too. That could work. I do like this hand. I mean, it's not obviously done because I got to get the freaking colors and things in place, and the thumb is a little bit waggly. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about the thumb yet. I gotta do something about the thumb. But broadly speaking, yeah, I like it. It's new and different. It just needs some of the finer details worked out. Also, I have to blender up some new model things. It causes me physical pain. Anguish on my insides. I hate it. Which is really funny because I see people who generally make models like the normal way and use Blender. And then I see them on Twitter complaining like, oh no, I finished my model. Now I have to put it into Unity. And they're like, my physical pain. And I'm like, freaking, you are incorrect. You are backwards. All right, let's load this test guy up. All right, so now... I don't know. I feel like, so the thing that I would say is I kind of feel like SCP to me feels like something that doesn't necessarily exist yet, which feels sort of interesting. Like vampire is kind of an established thing, like that's a thing. But like the SCP as a concept feels a little fresher to me. And I feel like has some really interesting space for like, you know, exploring that sort of concept. You know, this is working pretty good. Look at my little cloud. Look at him go. A little cloud of goobers. Look at them. Look at all of them. This is all you yahoos. Plus 7 more. If we can find them. It seems like I'm doing pretty good not losing them. Oh, no. I say that, but there went 2. I can adjust their sizes a little bit. Seven more because 7 more subscribers. Because as far as what I see as the metrics currently, I am at 393 subscribers. And this is 400 subscribers. This is 400 particles running into my face. And so technically not correct yet. We just have to find the 7 more subscribers to freaking join the gang. I gotta do something. My fingers really like get crunkled when I curl my fingers. Look how compact they are. How is it so compact? So it would seem, Phantom. Apparently. I can look at the live count. Yes, hypothetically. Perhaps subbed but didn't stay. They could be lurking. And that's okay. They can do that. It's hard for me to say if they are or not. YouTube is weird about telling me information and statistics. Lurkers are always welcome to do as they wish. Let me see here. Where's... Hello? Hello? Oh, unlock this. There we go. Alright, I still want this to be bigger, actually. 0.8. 8. Oh, point 8. Did I hit? I hit numlock. I didn't mean to hit numlock. 8. 8. 8. And this can be even smaller. Just want to keep those little guys wrangled. 3, 3, 8, 7, 3, 7. That's what we'll do. Okay. We have them in place, and they are working. Now I'm going to deactivate the subscriber particle system, because I don't need it all the time, and then I can just activate it when I need to via Vnyan. I'll worry about that later. Okay. Now, I think that is as good a place as any to call stream. I did not... Well, I was going to say I didn't finish anything I wanted to, but I did. I did finish the subscriber... Oh, the subscriber particles are still here. I'll just leave these to bounce off my head for a little while. I did do the subscriber guys, and so I'm pleased with that. That should be fun. Didn't finish the hand, but that's because I've got a lot of fine details and some blendering to do, which is going to take... It just takes me way too long because I'm not very good at it. That's where we're at. But yeah, that was fun. I got things accomplished. I feel good about that. And I'm glad all of you were here to hang out. Thanks for staying. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for saying hi. Thanks for chatting, keeping me company while I ostensibly do work. Sort of. It's sort of work, but I also just like doing it. So it's somewhere in the middle. Look forward to Thursday, where we'll be playing V Rising again with Seaweaver, which will be exciting. Saturday, then, ideally I can get things set up again for Saturday so that we can do Final Fantasy VIII. Kappa, would you be around to hop on call and just hang out as we start Final Fantasy VIII? We can talk about all of our history with Final Fantasy VIII and all of that good stuff, assuming I get my shit together for Final Fantasy VIII for Saturday. Okay, cool. So we'll be doing that Saturday, and then we'll be doing that for a little while. Next Thursday, look forward to chatting with a new streamer friend, Fury. It'll be exciting. We'll cover all kinds of topics about streaming and plans and goals and history and just getting to know somebody new. So that'll be fun. Hopefully, by, building up a relationship that will turn into more collabs in the future with new people, expanding our network little by little, moment by moment. Because I'll be honest, the last couple, well, aside from Seaweaver, the last couple prior to Seaweaver that I had tried to build relationships, they have either sort of pulled away from doing collabs or disappeared off the face of the earth. So that was a bummer. Especially the one that disappeared off the face of the earth. She was fun. And that's too bad. But we can always find new friends. Thanks for hanging out. Seaver, Kappa, Phantom, Glow if you're still around. Everybody who stopped in, any lurkers, thanks for hanging out. Have a good evening. I hope the rest of your week is good, and I will see you on Thursday. All right. Bye.
Initiating goodnight sequence. Dispersing appropriate dosage of a compound 347. Initiating phase 1 of memory calibration. This won't hurt a bit.